Welcome to the show, Our Democracy, The CJR Show. In this show, we will discuss questions of democracy, governance, elections, and other topical issues in Guyana and occurrences in countries around the world. We hope the show will be of interest to everyone. So let's begin the show. Good day. Welcome to another in the series, Our Democracy, The CJR Show. Today is Wednesday, July 9th, 2025. For today's show, I will discuss with you a matter concerning elections in Guyana. The issue has to do with the reckless and muddled public relations campaign of a GCOM commissioner. In the midst of Guyana's Elections Commission pursuit to implement its work plan for elections 2025, one of the political opposition commissioners continues with his reckless public relations campaign aimed at bringing GCOM into disrepute. So muddled is the commissioner's politics that little does he realize that he is doing more harm than good for his principals located at Sophia. Since the commissioner has opted once again to misinform and to mislead the Guyanese public, I consider it necessary to respond and not let his web misinformation published recently in Guyana's mainstream media pass untangled. The commissioner I'm referring to started out by shedding crocodile tears over what he described as the postponement of a crucial meeting of GCOM, that is, of the commission. But he was so enthusiastic to prove that he was on top of the game that he forgot that the meeting that he was referring to is not a statutory meeting. From what I would recall, the meeting that he was referring to, those are what is described as special meetings to discuss what is known as time-sensitive issues. Now, time-sensitive issues mean tasks that must be completed by the commission on the very day they are scheduled for completion, so as not to jeopardize the commission's work plan for elections 2025. In my view, there was no time-sensitive issue slated for discussion on the day that commissioner referred to, because it did not warrant a special meeting. Further, I do not recall receiving any notice for a meeting on the day where he said there was supposed to be a meeting to discuss crucial matters. I say this because common sense would tell us if you have no notification of a meeting, no agenda, means that there's no meeting. But as regards his sudden awakening in connection with whether prisoners should vote, the commissioner ought to be reminded that this matter was raised ad nauseum at commission meetings by himself. Now, in response to this matter that he's been raising, the chairman of the commission has always maintained that Section 55 of the Prison Act, Chapter 1101, quote, makes it an offense for any person without a lawful excuse to speak or to communicate with any prisoner. The Act goes on to say that due to the said prohibition, no contact can be made with prisoners without legislation authorizing persons to do so. Now, Parliament has now been dissolved by the President, and the Commissioner, in my view, is now left as if he's standing at the crossroads, pondering which direction he must now go as he continues his campaign against GCOP. He then moves on to another lamentation, which has to do with how names of those people reported dead, either by the Commissioner of Police or the Chief Medical Officer, will be removed from the voters list. I would like to remind the Commissioner that since May 6, 2025, this matter has been under consideration at the Commission. And he knows that as a result of those discussions, the CEO of GCOP undertook to complete the contributions and recommendations of all 6 commissioners, including the chairman, and to resubmit the same to the Commission. Now, having done so, the Commission again discussed this matter subsequently. And the result was that a decision was taken to share the contributions recommended by the Commission with the Attorney General's chambers and to seek guidance on the application of provisions section 8B and 8C of the National Registration Act after 1908. Later on, in July, quote, by way of a memo circulated to commissioners through the chair, the CEO reported that he was unable to formulate a concise version of all the commissioners' contributions, recommendations, or submission to the Attorney General's chambers. In the circumstances, he suggested that the Commission itself formulate what it wanted to send to the Attorney General, or failing to do that, send the entire document with all the comments, recommendations, and contributions from the Commission to the AG's chamber with a request for guidance. Now, the Commissioner is aware of all these happening. That notwithstanding, he refuses to tell the truth and nothing but the truth about GCOM's readiness to fulfill its constitutional mandate. His posture, however, uninterestingly, clashes with a public statement made by his party leader on June 22nd of this year, when the party leader met with the diplomatic corps and the party leader expressed his satisfaction with the planned mechanism by the international community to ensure free, fair, and transparent election on September the 1st. Whether this could be interpreted as throwing the Commissioner under the bus is a matter for anyone to consider. The Commissioner continues with his frolic, asking how non-resident ballots will be counted. Again, the Commission discussed this matter several times, recognized that there appears to be a conflict in the law about this particular matter. That is to say, on the one hand, the law says that the ballots will be treated in the same manner as those cast by the disciplined forces. On the other hand, there's a provision that the ballots be counted by the CEO. Now, the Commission discussed this matter while it was looking and examining the manual for key officials who will be performing certain functions on election day. And it was proposed and agreed that we treat with non-resident ballots in the same way that has been done historically with those cast by the disciplined forces. Now, as a consequence of that decision, the Secretariat of the GCOP prepared and submitted for consideration by the Commission a draft non-resident order. It was agreed that that draft order will be sent to JG's chamber for advice. We at the Commission are awaiting advice on this particular. And then again, continue with its frolic to frame GCOM's pathway for the impending election faltering. The commissioner claims that the commission is yet to give advice on the procurement of sensitive and non-sensitive items used for election. Now, the commissioner seems to be a lone ranger on this matter because it is obvious that these sensitive and non-sensitive items must be procured for the conduct of election. In this regard, the commission was informed that ballot boxes, seals, and indelible ink, along with other items, have been ordered from an Indian firm. That firm has been supplying GCOM with such items since 2016. I understand that the price, quality, and the reliability of delivery of the item is above board. I should also mention that the ballots that be used or the ballot papers that are used on elections day are usually printed and designed by GCOM. Sorry, not printed, but designed by GCOM with security features. Those ballots are going to be supplied by a Canadian company by the name of Canadian Banknote. Also, containers that will be used to transport ballot boxes, other documents, etc., have been already procured. As regards the Commission's reference what he considered to be other outstanding critical tasks, he failed to elaborate what these critical tasks are. As far as I'm aware, there are no critical tasks outstanding, even except for internet connectivity for key critical posts held by GCOM officials on elections day. Other than that, contrary to the Commissioner's frolicking, I'm convinced that GCOM is on track with all other tasks as its work plan indicates. This has brought me to the end of today's show. I regret that we were not able to bring the show on time at 5 o'clock due to technical difficulty. I do hope you have benefited from what I had to say about the reckless and muddled public relations campaign of the Commissioner. Please be advised that I will return to do my podcast every Friday at 5 o'clock. Podcast will continue as usual on Saturdays at 5 also. Look forward to meeting with you again on Saturday, July 12th, 5 o'clock. Please do not forget to press the like and share button and subscribe to the CJR Show. Welcome. I encourage you to share with me your views on the topics I discussed today or any other topic you may have in. Goodbye.